Welcome to this week's episode of the DevOps Lab. We're back with episode 2 in our DevOps Dojo series. And this time we're going to be talking about people and teams. I have two very special guests with us from the Aspire program in the Dojo team. So tune in the second part of this series. Welcome to this week's episode of the DevOps Lab. We're back again with episode 2 of the DevOps Dojo. And this week's episode, we're going to talk about people and teams. And I have two very special guests with us from the Dojo team. I have Deep and Margarita. Welcome both. Could you each take a moment and tell everyone what it is you do at Microsoft?
Hello, hi everyone. I am Deep Mehta. I am right now situated in Mumbai, India. I joined Microsoft back in 2019 as an Aspire, and then in about 3 or 4 months, I got to meet this amazing team that is the DevOps Dojo community. And since then, I have been acting as a contributor to this amazing community in the IP developments and in the projects over here.
Awesome. Now, Margarita, what do you do for Microsoft?
Hi everyone. So I'm Margarita. I'm based in Madrid, and I joined Microsoft like 3 years and a half ago. And I joined as an infrastructure consultant, and I joined the Dojo team like 1 year and a half ago, around that. We contributed to the team since then and learning from everyone there. So
that's awesome. Well, I'm excited to have you both here because the DevOps Dojo topic is great, and you guys have put together some fantastic content. Margarita, I think you're going to kick it off for us. Can you introduce this episode on people and teams? And I think you're going to tell us a little bit about the Aspire program.
Yes, absolutely. So this blog is actually focused on Aspires. Of course, it talks about all the Dojo community, but it mostly focuses on Aspires. And the reason behind that is that Aspires are a great piece of the community, and there are so many involved in the Dojo community. And for the people that may not know what an Aspire is, Aspire comes from the Aspire program, which is a program from Microsoft that focuses on new university hires. So basically, an Aspire is a person that just recently left the university, just joined Microsoft, and has like near zero field experience, but the right skills to learn and the right mindset for that. So Aspires are known because they're always facing new challenges. Everything is new for them. And the reason why there are so many Aspires in the Dojo community is because Dojo brings you the space to fail fast, learn a lot, and then keep growing, not only from your, like the new peers, the new Aspires that are joining with you, but also from the more experienced coaches as well.
And that's awesome. We are living and breathing that growth mindset within Microsoft, starting with yourselves coming into the Aspire program. Now, Deep, can you take a minute and explain to us your personal story?
Sure thing. So I, as Margarita already mentioned, I joined as an Aspire. So I was right out of the university. I didn't have any industry experience as such. So I was quite nervous, and I had my own insecurities that I brought in. Now I also had a speech impediment problem, which I initially thought it might cause impediments in my career journey. But I am happy about it that at Microsoft, I am like I am really proud about it that we have such an inclusive culture over here. And if you see, in a dojo team, we have an environment in which I feel supported to speak my mind as freely as I want to. I I I don't really like have to think twice before speaking. And also, like, everyone over here respects your opinions and respects your like respects your mindset that that you bring in over here. So I really appreciate the uh, so yes, I really appreciate the environment that the dojo community has created over here. And also, if you see, there's another thing over here. So, since I initially started over here, my sole motivation to contribute to the dojo community was I wanted to explore and I wanted to learn. Now, dojo provided me with a platform that I could actually like implement things, and then I could go about teaching those things. And here at Dojo, we believe that only if you teach others, you can truly learn that concept. So this is something that I really have learned a lot from, and I have really appreciated this thing.
Thank you, Deep, for sharing that. I think that's an important message to share with everyone because that's part of DevOps is we all have different backgrounds. We all come from different cultures and we all have different things about us that make us different, but that uniqueness in all of us makes that team whole. Thank you so much. That's a great message. Margarita, could you please share your personal story with the DevOps Dojo and joining Microsoft?
Yeah, definitely. So I can really relate to Deep experience in the sense that when you join Microsoft, you're just so new to everything. Everything is such a huge challenge and you want to get up to speed as fast as possible. But then at the same time, you're a bit scared of failing. And I think it's natural, right? So for me, actually joining the Dojo community made the difference in my journey in the sense that back at the time, I was lacking a little bit that team feeling that I was looking for when I engage my customers or my projects. And when I joined the Dojo team, I first knew about them thanks to my mentor when he introduced me to one of the initiatives that were going on back then. We started working on that, and I started to see how the whole dynamics from the Dojo community worked, how people behave with each other, how everyone cared about each other. And when we finished that one, I knew that I wanted to keep working with the team. And at that time, I got the opportunity to start one of the biggest initiatives that we've done. That's the Make GitHub Reel. And I got the great opportunity to work on that together with Deep and many other Aspires. So the full team was mostly made up by Aspires. And there were people from all over the world. You can't imagine. It was like people from China, from India, from Switzerland, from the US, from Spain. And it was like the greatest opportunity and the greatest and most fun activity and initiative that I've done. The output was so good. We've done like different videos, different sessions, different even bootcamps about GitHub, even though none of us were actually experts on the technology. But we know that we could trust on each other. We had more of like a family, believing in you and then giving you that safe space to just fail, that freedom to learn and to take the challenges that you like the most. And that's one of the greatest things that I've experienced throughout my career. And I think that's something that you can really get in other initiatives, in other teams, that sense of family, that sense of friends working with each other, supporting each other and trusting on each other.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. Both of you, thank you. Both of you have fantastic personal stories. And it's so great to see that not only is the inclusivity there, but also the teamwork and that open, safe space. Because as you start making the change, and as we all heard in episode 1, that people change and that culture change is the hardest thing to do. So seeing you both come out of university into the working world and make changes, and we have people in all paths of their career learning about DevOps and continuously learning. So can you both tell me about kind of the people in the Dojo team as well? Expand a little bit more on that.
Deep, do you want to take this one?
Sure thing, yeah.
Yeah, Deep, go ahead and take this one.
Sure thing. So if you see in our dojo team, we have people from all ethnicities, all cultures, all backgrounds, right? Here we are a family, and if you see, we actually we are there to support each other. And if you see, the whole team has each other's backs over here. So if I am like stuck anywhere, I have a problem to solve, I can always rely on the dojo team. I can just ask any one of them, and I am I am 100% sure there will be at least one person who would be there ready to like help me out over there. And if you see, then another thing that actually makes this team like very special. We have these aspires who have who are full of energy. They have this enthusiasm that we bring in. But alongside this, we have all these uh, senior and experienced people who are who are there to always guide us in the right direction. And since these two things, like these two group of people, act in a single team, this is this is bound to succeed. And we have seen this in our dojo community. We have seen this that in our community we have teams of teams, and in each of these teams we have these two group of people, the enthusiastic aspires, we have these experienced people who go work in hand to hand, spend time with each other, and we have these like end products which we have really appreciated, and we have also appreciated the journey, like learning from each other and also from the experiences of these seniors.
Thank you so much, Deep. Thank you, Margarita. Thank you, Deep, so much. So everyone can catch the second blog of the DevOps Dojo. We'll put the link in the show notes with all the resources that what Margarita and Deep spoke about today. So you can join in on this video, and you can join us next time for episode 3 of the DevOps Dojo. We'll be coming off some more great DevOps Dojo topics.